Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here on Rust Console Edition. We're talking about the custom servers, the build servers, or the build paradise servers that are currently in testing branch, but depending on when you're watching this, this is eventually going to be available for everybody. Let's put it this way. When the tech tree update comes out, that's when this is going to be accessible to everyone. Right now, it's just currently in testing, but like I said, if this somehow the tech tree updates out, this will be for everyone. So this is kind of where to find this, what it's used for, what to expect, some ins and outs, and some pointers for new players or people that just want to improve their building. Okay, so right away you can go to the official, this is how you find this, by the way. You go right to the official games. You can go right into the list here. I'm going to turn on one of the filters. Actually, I've got privacy mode on. You can see I can turn the names on and off here. That's why you can see it like that. Right away, what you want to do, if you're trying to find the Builder's Paradise server, you can go right to search, which is Y on the Xbox, or triangle on the PlayStation. Go hit Y one more time on the Xbox, triangle on PlayStation. You can just type in build. You can type in Builder's Paradise if you so desire, but build will do the trick. Press A on Xbox, and that would be X on PlayStation. Right away, you got a fancy little list here. Let's see if I can remember which one it's on. So these are 60 pop servers. These are 2.5K maps. And you load in here. So what this is a place for people to get acclimated to the game, to test out building, because building is extremely permanent in this game. It makes for some very interesting PvP gameplay for people that are just trying more complex builds. I think we got this right here. Are we good? Okay. So if you're just getting started out, and you're like, hey, I need to know the basics first, because we are going to talk about a few of those things. I think I'm in the wrong location, but that's okay. We'll talk about our kit. If you're looking for just the basic building guide, I do have a video on that right now. I would strongly suggest, if you're not familiar with how that works, I will link it now in the upper right-hand corner. Or even if you just need a refresher, if it's been a while. So again, that's the builder's guide. Very, very good. It's all Rust console edition based. So it's definitely pertinent. Okay, so this is, again, used for more complex builds, for people to get acclimated to the game. But just so you know, when you spawn into this, it can get a little griefy. People will try to tool cupboard land grab you. This is called TC bombing. People will try to stick up turrets and stuff. I think we might have an example of it over here, if I'm not mistaken. Well, maybe not. Anyways. So the turrets can shoot you. If other players try to attack you, you will take damage, or they will take damage, rather. So technically they can wreck you, but it's most likely going to wreck them. Anyway, see, look, this guy's building right here. So for the most part, you can walk around and not worry about getting clipped by other players, for the most part. Okay, just to kind of run down here. We've got, for our actual loadout, we've got clothes. You notice we have super stacks of materials, wood, stone, fragments cooked. High quality cooked, and 5,000 scrap, which is very important. We'll show you why in a second. We're going to go ahead and queue up a level 1 workbench while we talk through this. You've got a tool cupboard. So again, it's real easy for people to TC bomb you, so be aware. Okay, so a real quick tip. If you're playing this, again, this is for testing branch or live branch. If you're playing this and someone's griefing you real bad, just change servers or just find another location. You're always going to find people like that, so just kind of move to a more remote location. Anyways, super stacks. How to move these around, because we definitely don't have those in the standard game. This is more to help us for the building. Okay, so at least we call these super stacks, because the standard stacks are 1,000. See how I'm moving it down? It's only moving 1,000. This one's only going to move me 100 because that's high quality, and this one's, whoops, this one's going to move me 1,000 scrappy poo. Boop. So how do you move all these big stacks? You say, look how wasteful I am. I'm just throwing it on the ground. What you want to do is do a swap. So you take something that's not that object. So you see where my blueprint starts in the lower left? If I move it up and I place it here, notice I moved all 3,500. It works the same way with stone. And it does work like this on PC as well. See, I'm just moving them across like that. So if you want to move something into your tool cupboard, using cloth to swap in and out is a good way to do it if you need super stacks. It's just like an upkeep thing, just letting you know. Okay, so since this will be out when Tech Tree is out, this is very important because you have a lot of scrap and you can make these, I keep wanting to call these tool cupboards, these workbenches, and you could just keep making more and more of these workbenches. So you can go, look, I'm making level 2 immediately, and then I'll just pick this back up. No big deal. Alright, so location, staying away from people. So stay away from turrets, other people's bases. Like I said, try to find a remote location. I'm a big fan of finding a monument that's got a recycler around it that doesn't take any radiation when you walk in there. Because most of the time, unless they fix this, the Outpost is going to have a lot of tea bags that have turrets on. This is a great place. If you could set up here, and it's like a good ecosystem, by all means do it, because you've got the little shoppy there, you've got 3 recyclers, it's real jammy. But for us, that was not the case. So now that we went over this, we decided to set up over at Oxum gas station. So I'll show you what that's all about. What's crazy is, watch, if I want more of these materials, I just wreck myself and respawn. Is that ludicrous? It's like goes against everything from like standard PvP servers and stuff. Anyways, okay, so I already set up at Oxum gas station. I'll show you what this is about and why the recycler is so important. So you can see, look, I got a full kit again. I got my clothes, I got my super stacks. All right, so here's another reason why you want to make these, I keep wanting to call them tool cupboards, workbenches right away. You can go right to researching, like, especially if this is new, as tech tree just came out for you. You're like, what do you mean by that? Well, look at this. I'm like, hey, I need a jacket out here. I'm really messed up. So I can go right to the tech tree. And look, if I want this red jacket, which is exceptional for any snow, and it's great for radiation, wink, wink, I go here, 20 scrap. I go here for 20 scrap. Another 20, 20, and then 20. Look, now I can craft this. Oops, let me go to my crafting menu. Go over to clothes. Bingo. If I've got a level 1 workbench and sewing kits and cloth, I can make this snow jacket. Yeah, that's why that's so cool. And having an extra 5,000 every time you respawn, it helps you tremendously. Point in case. Are you ready for this? You're like, hey, I need a garage door. No problem. This is tech tree. Right trigger. Then you go right down to where the garage door is. Yes, it's on level 2 now, or the level 2 workbench. So look, I'll need to learn all of these things in a row. So actually, that reinforced glass is a big deal. The embrasures are great. So you spend 75 here, not a big deal because we spawn with it. Pick, embrasure, vertical embrasure, reinforced glass, garage door. Boom. And if you, well, you already know that garage doors take gears. So if you're out by the outpost, you can buy gears at the outpost. Here's another tip. You ready for this? You can research the gears and craft them on a level 3 bench, and it does not show up on the tech tree. There's a few things that don't show up in the tech tree, and it's the same on PC, and some of them are components. Pipes, blades, what's the other one? What's the other one? I think you can learn springs, but don't quote me on that. And then you can learn gears. And since you don't have a requirement really on scrap, because we literally spawn with it, you can just have access to that and make your garage doors any way you please. Okay, so here's the other thing with this PvE server and stuff. Things can be very unforgiving, not only with the players, but with the way you build. Because you can't damage your own structures, tearing things back down can be a pain. If you're testing, let's say, a bunker-based build, you have to keep things within that build cementing phase to wreck them. Technically, I guess you can wreck the twig, but your character's gonna respawn a lot, if you know what I'm saying. So really, when you test the door trap, make sure it's right when you place the twig, and try it over and over again. If you don't know what a bunker base is, that's fine, but I know there's plenty of people that are in here going, yeah, I totally want to try that out. So thank you for the heads up. Well, I hope they say that. Anyways, so if you're looking for a more complex build or better understanding, this is a great place to do it. Multi-TC based designs, bunker based designs, or even beefier solo based designs, which I do have if you're a solo player and you're looking for a little bit more protection, especially if you got big groups harassing you all the time. I have the arrow base build, which I will link now in the upper right hand corner. And that is an exceptional base. It uses a respawn mechanism, or what's called a vault. But it's high protection, low cost, great for solos. You can retrofit it for duos, but it's mostly focused on solos. And it does have some weird placement of some of the drop boxes, so this is a great place to test that base out, the arrow base. So if you want to try that out. And again, bunker bases, or if you're just trying to sort out how you're going to do your actual base build, this is a great place to do it. But just remember that wrecking things, like at things past the cementing phase, like right here, I'm going to have a hard time demolishing that unless they add a new mechanic. See, all I can do is update. Ouch. But if I place something like this, and it's under 10 minutes, notice how I can go to demolish. But again, that goes away quickly. So just be very cognizant of that, because that's going to mess you up big time. Also, I'm sure console players now that have been playing for a while know this, but walking around with a hammer can be devastation to the max, because you will update something you don't mean to. So, especially a twig area, so keep that in mind as well. And again, having a recycler close by is key. And if you're ever looking for more materials, more scrappy doodles, you can always just respawn your character. So that's why it's so important to get cloth right away, because you want to make a bunch of sleeping bags. So yeah, what this is going to end up being in the future is this will most likely come out with a tech tree. I think it's pretty safe to say if the tech tree is out, everybody's going to have access to this. But if tech tree update isn't out yet, what that means is only people in the testing branch can find this. But have no worries, if you've got standard and you're foaming at the mouth, this is still pertinent, as this will become a standard thing for everybody. Pun intended. All right, this is the Builder's Paradise, what to expect, how to get started. And if you found this useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like. And if you think it's something you're into, consider dropping a subscribe and turning on those notifications. And we'll see you guys in the next live stream /video. Yeah? All right, deuces.